Hey guys, what's going on? So first thing off, I just want to let you guys know that I'm going to set myself a goal for YouTube right now. So it's going to be, I'm going to try and hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. And if I do, then I will set a new goal and whatever. So, but it'll just keep going on like that and that. So I'm really hoping I can hit 1,000 subscribers from this channel so we can get something going, and yeah, it'll be a good time. If you guys want to check out what's going on with this car, you can come and subscribe and we'll have a good time here. So first of all, if you guys are looking to actually work on your cars but don't really have the money, all you really need is a job to work for literally a week and look for deals around. So today I went to Canadian Tire and I bought this 229 socket set from Stanley. It was currently, or regular price, $480, but today it was 70% off, so I literally got it for $130. So yeah, if you guys are wanting some good quality tools but don't have the price, just wait for a sale to come up. And yeah, I jumped at this and now I'm gonna be set for pretty much whatever this is capable of doing, so which will be a lot. So all I'm gonna do is come inside here. Yeah, if you guys notice, there is a new mic in here. I got it attached to my phone and it is a little sensitive, I noticed. So anytime I start my car or open a door or slam the door, rev the engine, the audio will get all muffled up. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get a new mic. So I don't know, this will have to do for now. It does make the audio a lot better, so I'm gonna keep it now and see what comes up in the future. So right now I'm just gonna clean the interior. I got all this dust and dirt and all these rocks from winter, because that's what happens when you live in a cold country half the time. So yeah, I'll get that cleaned up, clean up the dash, clean up the windshield, and then this wire, I'm gonna switch it over to a hardwire and hardwire it into my fuse box there. Or maybe there's a clock here that is not hooked up, or it is hooked up, it's not displayed on the display mount there. So I'm gonna see if I can tap in there and run the power from the top there, run it through here in the back and connect it in there. So yeah, let's see if I can manage to do that. Alright, so I just cleaned up a little bit in here. Just wanted to get all the rocks and all the dust out of here. It's snowing outside still. It's going to be snowing for the next 3 days, so I don't really want to take too much time to clean it because I know it's just going to get dirty again. So right now I'm just going to take this wire off for the radar detector. And down here as well. Alright, so that looks so much better. You can see a lot more out of the windshield. So if you guys haven't really wired anything, it's pretty straightforward. Any black wire, just gotta find a screw on the chassis that connects to a metal part on the car, and because that'll be your ground. And then any red wire will be your power source, so you just need to tap into any power source as well. This radar detector takes nothing to power, so I'm not too worried about any volts or current or whatever. But I am by means no electrician, but as far as I know, that's what needs to be done. So yeah, I'll see if I can get this installed. Alright, so we got it clipped in there, so I'm just gonna literally tuck it under the trimming there and then run it down this way, just because it'll be cleaner since the wire's already coming out of this side. So I'll go down there and I'll see if I can tuck it in back there and get it inside that hole. And there's my clock that I want to tap into, so that's gonna be fun to get in there. So I'm pretty sure this thing comes out. Let's see if I can get it. Awesome, so I got the clock bezel off. All I had to do was just pull from the back, and then the front was a little hard to get off, so I just needed a little bit of force. Just had these tabs hooked into there, but it felt like I was breaking it, but took a chance and pulled it off. Yeah, also, I'm going to be replacing that eventually, so I didn't really care if I broke it or not. And there's the clock I'm going to be tapping into. Got these wires here, so I'm just going to pull that back and see if I can expose the power wire and connect it into there. Alright, so on the clock, I've noticed I got a little diagram on the back here. It says battery, ground, LIG, and ACC. So I'm going to see if I can tap into this ACC wire, which is on the bottom there. That yellow one at the bottom. See if I can tap into that. So once I turn the key on to the accessory mode, just like that. Accessory mode, there we go. The clock will run, and also the radio detector will turn on. So that's what I'm going to tap into, and then I will find a ground somewhere, probably along down there somewhere. I also changed my plan. I'm going to run it down this side and up under the dash here, so because I've noticed I won't be able to get the wire behind there for a nice clean look, so changed it. And also I'm just going to unplug the clock because I never use it anyways, and it's going to be, there's no point for it, so that's what will happen. So I got one of these, I think they're called a T-splice, so pretty much that metal part right there is just going to wrap around the wire, and it's just going to close like that around the wire, and then I'll hook onto this end, and that's how I'll get my power. So I'll just hook it onto there, show you guys how's it looking. Alright, so I'm going to wrap it around the wire there. Just going to take some pliers and snap it in place. There we go. Now she's all attached, and I can attach the other end of the wire. Hopefully get some power. So I'm just going to hook all this up and test it before I clean up the wires, just to make sure that it's actually going to work. So I'm going to find a ground somewhere and we'll see if it works. Alright, so I got it all hooked up here. I'm just going to turn it on to accessory mode. I found a bolt on the door here. And there we go. So now it should be all hardwired. I'm just going to clean all this wiring up and that should be it. Now, just gonna feed this wire all the way around to the bottom. Alright, so I got the wire all the way down here. Just ran it down here and tucked it up in there. So it looks like I'm gonna have to take this center dash out. So just gotta remove that. Take a couple screws out. Screws taken out. Gonna see if this will just pop right out, which it seems to be doing. Just want to be careful not to damage anything. If you do pull something out, just make sure there's no wires hooked on to them, because you don't want to break those. Alright, so I managed to get this front panel off. It was really hard at the top. There were just little clips that went inside there, so you just have to give it a good tug. And it came off. It was a little scary. Thought it was going to break. But you just need to apply pressure there and there, and it'll come off. I'll remove these screws so I can get this thing out. I'm really hoping I could be able to access this when I do it. Hopefully it's not a waste of time. Yeah, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm just hoping if I start taking things off that it will just happen to do what I want it to. And I just lost a screw, so I'm going to see if I can find that. There it is. There we go, keep them in there. It should pop out. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. Nice. So now, let's set that aside. There. Now we got all that room to run this wire up through there, so I'll just do that. Alright, so hooked up the wire through there, ran it down there. It's coming down through here. I'm gonna clean this up before I put all that back. Got it attached right down there. And I'm gonna connect this ground right there. Just gonna unbolt that, and yeah, we should be good to go and put everything back. I'm just gonna quickly test it again to make sure. So we'll put that into the accessory. Just make sure this bolt is actually gonna work. There we go. Alright, let's get it done. Alright, so my phone died, of course, at the perfect time, so I'm just gonna start putting all this back in. I got my wire hooked up to the ground, and as you can see, it's working. So, yeah, it's just that simple. It's connect to a power, connect to a ground, and just hide all the wiring to make it look nice. So, I'm just gonna put all this back together, and yeah, it'd be good. Cool, got that all. In there. Yeah, so this clips in. There we go. Also, when you're doing any wiring, should have undid the battery, but I was thinking I'm not really working with bare exposed wires, so nah, didn't really matter to me. So, and also, when you're working, just make sure you test everything before. Put everything back together, just make sure the heat's working. Like this is now, there you go. The heat's working, we're good, so now we can just throw all this back together. So, just throw on this shift knob there. Yeah, so this is the first time of me taking this, what do you call it, front panel off. I don't know exactly what it's called. But it didn't go too bad. Just a little scary in some points. Just because those clips, you never know where they are. And it always causes a little resistance, so yeah, I'll throw the shift knob on. And I also took the clock out. I don't need it. I wasn't even displaying it anyways, so I'm just gonna keep it. There we go. Now one more. Yeah, make it nice and tight. Good and tight. There we go. It's looking good. So yeah, here's a clock. Don't need it. It's garbage. Actually, I'll probably just keep it. Never know. And then we'll throw this panel on. It should just snap in place. Yeah, that's what I would like to think. So one more thing, actually, before I put this back together, I had my hazard lights unhooked because I thought I had to take this front bezel off in order to take the cover for the double lid off, but I guess not. So we'll just push this back in, hopefully. A little tab in there. So we got that in. Snap in place. Hazards work. Awesome. Okay, good. So now we can put this one back on. This one should just snap in place there. Nice. There we go. So it's looking a lot cleaner now. Don't have this wire hanging out. And I also freed up my cigarette port so I can put my USB charger in there. So when I got other people around, they can charge their phones. So it's a win-win. So yeah, if you learn anything, that's great. I encourage you to actually try and work on your own car. This probably would have cost me about $200, maybe. I'm just guessing, maybe $100 to get this installed or whatnot. So yeah, took about an hour, I would say. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.